Afternoon, my bro, bouncer. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, my bro? How are you?
I'm good, man. Do you know? I have to always lay the cards on the table. I called bouncer. No, I messaged you. What was it last night?
Yeah.
Bouncer's like, yo, I've got 15 minutes free. Call me, innit? I called him. I was like, bro, listen, I know maybe you're busy. Can we do an interview? Bouncer's like, yeah, bro, tomorrow. Like literally less than 12 hours, man. Like Bouncer's always been. That's one thing I want to say. Like people need to know. Like Bouncer's is truly a people's person. Like fam, I was thinking like, yo, Bouncer would give me the Hollywood thing. Like, bro, man's super busy. I know you're busy, but
yeah. Sometimes if it makes sense. If it don't make sense, I'll just be like, bro, at the moment I'm doing this. But if it makes sense, and bro, like we are good people. Do you know what I mean? We both trying to grow culture, and so when you need man or do you know what I mean? Your platform, I respect your platform a lot, bro.
Love, bro. I want to start off with therapy, right? So, like that. Shout out, you got also the co-director.
Yeah, business partner, co-director. Yeah, man. Like literally, you went halves and everything. So yeah.
So tell me, first of the timelines. When did you guys actually start shooting that therapy?
So we started shooting therapy in January. Yeah. Ending of January, we started shooting therapy, but it was literally like, had the meeting, me, Pascal, Smiler, us three, we had the meeting, and then literally, obviously the therapy's based on a true story, so it was more of like how we're gonna put it to life, and it was like a three-day shoot, execution. We knew that when we were looking to release it, and everything was planned.
All right, so how did you guys meet up then?
So me and Pascal, we're from the borough of Croydon. I'm from Fulton Heath. Pascal's from Croydon, and I'm 30, and he's a few generations younger than me. And Croydon and Fulton Heath don't get on. And when I came out of prison, I was in prison with a lot of Croydon youths. And do you know what I mean? So when I've come out of prison, I'm 30 plus, do you know what I mean? I'm 30 plus. And I just felt like it's important to lead by example. And Pascal's reached out to me and he's like, look, I want to get into short films. And my headspace wasn't really in that. I just focused on the wicked and bad stuff. And he bumped into me first at the petrol station, and he linked man outside Starbucks. And he's like, look, and bear in mind, we're from opposite sides, you get me? That's what it's the roads, that's what they think, you know what I mean? So, and from when we chopped it up, it kind of just flowed, like, we kind of flowed, and energies don't, you know what I mean? Our energies clicked, and it just connected, and we just thought, oh yeah, this is what we should do. We thought of a plan, and we just kind of executed it, and you know what, it's a blessing, because the message that we're putting out, like we're growing, like the message that he's come to me, that he's thinking, well, let me come to someone that's not from the same side as me, but let's see if he can, like, if we can work together, do you know what I mean? So it was, yeah, man, that there's history behind it, but that's how it started, didn't it, with me?
You know, it's mad. I used to live in Fulton Heath, but I just always, well, I lived in Fulton Heath for 10 years. Bro, when I tell you I don't know no one in Fulton Heath, I just lived there. I didn't even know, cause I used to go to Croydon College, I didn't know there's a Fulton Heath Croydon. I didn't know that. Like, every time we see people say, yeah, you know, like, Parchmore, I was like, bro, I'm there every day. I'm going to David to go to the barbers. Like, I'm not knowing that there's politics, but I think for you,
politics,
when did that start? Was that before you went inside, or did it?
Yeah, before I went inside, it started from Conan and Dexter. They had a fight over a cap in school, and from there generations of beef has happened, and over a cap, and it's just escalated, and things is, do you know what I mean? And it's like there's people from Fulton Heath that I don't even know, youngers from Fulton Heath that's warring with Croydon youths that I don't know, do you know what I mean? And from being in prison with certain Croydon youths, or obviously certain Fulton Heath youths, or do you know what I mean? It just, I'm grown in it. I'm a big man. I'm not in the gangs no more, so I don't entertain it. And if anyone approaches me, asks us for help or asks us to work, I'm gonna try to see if I can work with them. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's how it, like, there's more backstory to it, but overall, it started from a cap, and it's just been back and forth, innit?
Do you know it's mad? It's like sometimes I think, like a lot of the time, we just inherit the beef. We don't even know what it is. Just say, yo, he's there. Man, don't like, bro. You don't know the why or not, bro. Even when you just say, bro, it's over a cap. It's like so much has happened from that to now. It's not about a cap no more.
It's not about a cap, and you don't even realize or know why you're even in war. Like what is over, because 10 years down the line it's still happening, and it's like I don't even know these kids from the area, do you know what I mean? And they're still warring with the kids over there, but we know that it's started from then, and it's like now man needs to bring out a positive, lead by example.
Yeah, I think, and this, even you saying it, bro, makes so much sense, because Pascal being younger and you being older, like it is bridging that gap. So in terms of, so in therapy, like what's the synopsis? What you say it's based on your life? So what are you trying to get people to understand that they may not already heard?
Mental health, talking, like, it's okay being at a certain age, or it don't matter if you're a male, a female, like if you're going through mental health or you're feeling suicidal, or you need to talk to someone, like go see a therapist, do you know what I mean? Talk to a therapist, talk to someone, explain your problems, do you know what I mean, to them, and just talk to someone. So my thing was, I've been through my journeys. I've done an interview with you once, and everything was, it was just starting. Do you know what I mean? I've been in the game for 4 years, so like the build up, like lots of things happen on the way, and it can take a toll. It can take a toll on your mental health. So therapy was like, just to give people an insight of mental health. It was it's based on a true story. Bouncer, Lickle Man, our friendship, how close we was, people getting into people's ear, friendship going downhill, then things that was said that wasn't fully true. Do you know what I mean? And how the internet and the blog pages and how they edited certain things, and do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Where are you in Lickle Man now? Like, how are you lot now?
So where we're now, we don't speak, but I speak to Lickle Man's cousin, his manager. Do you know what I mean? So we're still in circulation of, like, I speak to him. Do you know what I mean? We're trying to find like a middle ground of how we're gonna resolve this, because obviously some of the stuff that was said, it wasn't true. So it's like.
But wait, is it more on your side about, like, because you know me, I don't get into the past. So like, I never called you ever say, yo, Bounce, what's going on with this thing here? But I think, like, is it more that he's reaching out and maybe it's your pride, or is it his pride, or is it like?
No, it's not anything with pride. I feel like maybe it's just like who's around me. I'm solid, innit? Like, if someone comes to me and tries to whisper something in my ear against past, I have my own mind, innit? But not everyone's solid like that, innit? So, and sometimes when you're not like fully, you know, like you don't know how business runs, you might think that you should be that, but it's not that. Do you know what I mean? So.
Do you know what I was going to say? Because I think I'm looking 8 o'clock today, or when people see this, it will already be out.
Yeah.
What I know and what I saw is someone was in jail.
Yeah.
You were putting a lot of energy into it.
Yeah.
Building it up, putting teams, creating content, seeing the following going up. And then I just saw was it the Amazon? The
Amazon +4.
Like, because I ain't watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just felt like that type of conversation shouldn't have been aired for other ears. That's for me. You know how I keep my content. I know other people, they feed on it.
Yeah.
But I just felt, yo, like, how is that gonna make me look? You're making me look like I'm the bad guy.
No, of course. But you know what? It wasn't Sideman or ZZ Mills in terms of like they have their job to do, and it was just more of like a marketing plan for maybe Lickle Man's team on because if like I'll give it a bit of context. He was fighting in December, I think first or second week of December. In November, ending of November, mid-November, the Amazon podcast was recorded. But then around the beginning of November, he's done a post on his Instagram. It's like, oh, who should I fight? It should be still on there. Who should I fight? You know, you have all the names: Jake Paul, Bouncer, this person. My name was there. So what my thing is everything was great then, and then what? 2 weeks down the line, all of a sudden, yes, you need, and then the fight got cancelled. So it was more like it was publicity, but as well as that, I feel like.
Sorry, bro. So they were looking for it because
of course it was.
I haven't watched the whole thing. I just saw it and I thought
that's what 99% of people saw the edit from +44, and this is what I mean, like with like such a big brand like Amazon, like you've purposely edited that for clickbait, but it's just be mindful in it because I'm strong in it. I'm a strong person. Like I've had to be strong, but some other people it could have gone a different way. Do you know what I mean? In terms of the pressure, like dealing with something that is not true, because it's like it's so easy for people to see something like that, but then all the work that you've done over the year and a half, it's like you don't even, or you see that, but you believe that, but it's like this should speak for yourself than believe in that. So, but with Lickle Man, where there's no hatred, you get me? I speak to his manager. I respect his manager highly. Do you know what I mean? So there's a mediation ground. I'm sure that there'll be a mediation. You get me coming. So,
do you know what? Just as you're saying, I was thinking to myself, there's the mere fact that there's someone who I've worked with saying that's one thing. Yeah. Even if you heard like, my man said this, even to your boy, you'd be like, rah. Then there's the fact that he said it and everyone else has heard it. And then now everyone's taking that energy, and because bro, you're getting hammered on the comments, bro.
Yeah, I get killed.
I was thinking, bro, they were tweeting you like you was Suge Knight and he was Dre, and you just took everything of his, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what it is? My thing, and this is why I will always talk about it, because sometimes you have to. Sometimes I'm not Nike, bro, or Adidas, where you write a white piece of paper and then it's like, a record label. Do you know what I mean? I'm a human being, so. When I like, we need to justify, like we need to be asking Lickle Man, did Bouncer ever take money from you, ever? And then we got to wait and see. Did money ever go into Bouncer's account straight from getting paid? Do you know what I mean? I got my account since I've been out. Do you know what I mean? So all these things are factors. So when we're going on we're talking about contract says 50%. Yeah, 50% go 50-50. But if we want to go be technical, we didn't go by that contract. You know what I mean? If anything, I just invested tens and 20s or 30s of thousands of pounds and didn't recoup my money. But we created something amazing. And man's main thing was like, I don't want people to look at dwarfs like jokers. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just create something that you're not always getting looked at like as banter, and just create something for you where you can go on doing for the rest of your life, and you can actually make an income. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what we've done. There's a lot of other doors. I won't say it's all for me, but I think it's brought a lot of confidence out for the dwarf community to be like, look, Lickle Man's doing it, or this person's doing it. I feel like I can put content out.
So within how long's therapy? How long is it?
18 minutes, 19 minutes.
The editing must have been a bit of a mad one still. How were you sitting in on the edits as well, or was it just Pascal? Were you just dealing with the edits?
No, with the edits, we were just in a group chat. So more time, the concept and that, you know what I mean? Me and Pascal, he knows, like, I've broke down to him how I was feeling, the storyline, Smiler, do you know what I mean? So the edit is done a certain way where we got the first edit, we looked at it, this needs changing, this needs changing, this needs adding, do you know what I mean? And it's more, therapy is more going down the route of someone's friendship, how close they was, and people that maybe that's not in the position that they're friends and whispering in the other people's ear, do you know what I mean? The talent's ear, and it's a breakdown of obviously communication, a breakdown of relationship.
Okay, but how, you said you hit a low point.
Yeah.
Was it, were you already coming, because obviously you had the dig that situation before.
Yeah.
then that came.
No, it wasn't just that. It was everything. Do you know what I mean? Everything building up to everything is like even like having to fight on my own platform to build up my platform. It wasn't for me to fight to become a fighter. It was because obviously at the time Lickle Man he didn't want to fight for the platform. We left, man. Do you know what I mean? So then having to think of, okay, what can man do to build up Wicked and Bad, the platform? What can we do? And having to fight on that platform, do you know what I mean? And then Lickle Man coming back, and of course, if he comes back, man's always gonna accept him with open arms. So it's like people didn't understand, and then going through all of that, like having to go through the trolls and that, and then then there's another thing, and then another thing, man's having to address certain things, and people bringing up your past. Is like, bro, like I've just come home, and if you look at my whole model is out to help people. So let's not try to make it like I'm trying to do something else. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's like a lot of things that happened at the same time. It put me at a lowest point. And listen, this is what unfortunately our black community. That's what they want to. A lot of them want to see that from each other. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Do you know what I mean? It's just here and there. I'm not saying, look, I'm the fat kid, you get me? I done the job, I built a platform. What's going on with the platform now? We got Sunday Smoke, we got Wicked and Bad 3. Years down the line now, you're gonna actually understand. If I didn't have that fight, there would be none of this happening. So the transition happened at a time, and it's like I couldn't use anyone just for them to fight on a platform because funds at the time wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? I'm fighting for free. Like I'm fighting for free on my own platform, but it's like everything was thought about. So I don't care about the comments on Twitter, because from that, look, we got brother Arms. He's now a fighter. We got Lickle Man that's now a fighter. They're building their new careers. You know, they have other plans going on. I'm now a promoter. Do you know what I mean? So it's like. So, and now soon down the line, people will laugh at that. You know what I mean? When our business is valued at 100 mil, we will laugh at that. We will go revisit the comments and we will laugh at that and be like, look guys, you get me? Like for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they might not get it, and they might be against. They might be saying negative stuff. Cause with me, bro, I'm not like a normal influencer. Like I don't post for Boohoo Man or Puma or Nike and say, yo, like post, do you know what I mean? I don't do, like, you can't book me for that. Like my business, I have to develop the business and grow it, and in time they will understand, and in time they will see the valuation of it and what it actually does. But it's a big risk because it comes with, we don't get funded. I don't get funding for anything. There's no funding over here. I don't get no, do you know what I mean? I don't get no advance. I have to build capital the way how I build it, and I have to put it out in terms of short films or in terms of production. Do you know what I mean? So it's a big gamble, but when you believe in something, and I believe in my ability, I might not be book smart, but I believe in my ability. I know that it's happening. It's already happened in my head. It's not easy, bro. But you know what it is? I'm gonna give like it's a weird one. We're in the 90s in the UK, so maybe in America, more people, more influencers, more public figures will easy to chuck in bags. Yeah. I'm here. I'm ready. Like I'm ready to say, look, guys, like footballers, rappers, come on, we need to raise this. Take this share. I promise you. I'll make this business be valuated at $1 billion. I know how to do it, and it's gonna happen with or without you. But sometimes you might. The unfortunate thing is that that our people will a big corporate company will come in and then it's not even do the same thing. They might come in and try to do the same thing, or they'll come in and just be like, look, we've got a mill here. These times we could have raised the mill between the rest of our black community, but that's just what happens, isn't it? It's yeah, man. But it's more better when you do it, when you get there by yourself instead of my people. Everyone sees what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So, but it's more better when you get there by yourself with the team that you started with, and then no one can't say, oh yeah, but this person put you on, because you know it's always that sort of jealousy sort of talking. Do you know what? I said to Pascal, I said, bro, I just said to Pascal, look, I don't want no one from the industry. I don't want to reach out to no one from the industry for this. I want to do it in a way that we just do it ourselves. The first one, we do it for ourselves, and we put it out. And if Netflix or any of these companies want to contact us, and you can show what we're doing and how the level that we're doing it at. Do you know what I mean? The level that then we're ready to work. But I thought, do you know what? Pascal, I respect him, and Pascal's in the film world, and not Pascal, Smiler. Smiler's in the film world. I respect Smiler, and I was like, do you know what? I want to pay homage to someone. I don't want to jump on people's toes and don't pay no homage, because a lot of people will do it. You'll probably see another fighting platform come out soon that's someone from our culture. Do you know what I mean? That will just do it, and it's like there's no. You might as well just reach out to that person and build it together. So I feel like with Smiler, I reached out to Smiler and I was like, do you know what? Me, Smiler, Pascal, let's create some magic.
Alright, so I want to speak to the director, Pascal. What's going on, my brother?
I'm alright, how are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. So is this your first time acting? Or is it you got previous acting experience?
This is my second time acting. I did a clip. One of my friends were in another short film, and they just asked me to help out. So I did a little bit acting there, but this was like my first big production I done or acting I done. So yeah.
So directing and acting, though, that must be a bit like. Is that challenging? You coming off the screen, like?
Yeah, it was challenging because you're, as well as acting, you're doing every other little bits and pieces, trying to make sure everything goes smooth and you have your vision you're trying to implement. So it worked though. It worked out good.
So that's obviously said about you guys first meeting, but for you though, why did you want to reach out to Bouncer knowing there's already things could be a bit techie in terms of like?
You have that side, and obviously you have the business side. So I'm a businessman in my head. Like I'm all about business. So on the business side of things, I was seeing what he'd done. I've watched his journey since coming out, and I've just watched his done, and I've just seen him, how he's gone about business. It's been good. And then in terms of being where I'm from, prior to even him becoming the bouncer everyone knows now, I've always heard about him just coming from my area. He's always had been a figure in my area. So it was just, I just felt like I had an idea, I wanted to do something, and there's not a lot of people in my area that are like that or could help me. And he's someone that I thought, you know what, he seems like a genuine person. Let me ask him. And when I asked him, he was good, and he wasn't too sure about it first, but here we are today, and now we produced something great.
What do you think convinced him then?
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him that, but I think life is a game of cards, isn't it? Yeah. One day you might wake up and think, I don't want to turn the light on today. The next day you might, and everything's written, I believe, innit? So I believe our energy is connected, and it was written already. It was timing, and I think we here at the right time. Considering everything that's going on now, I think it was the best time. So
when you're directing this type of story, like, so where's the challenges? Because I've directed a couple of short films for music videos, but where did you find the challenge? Was it budgets? Was it like, you know, bro? Also, from London, we know our timekeeping ain't the best sometimes, bro. Like, how did you find that whole directing part of it? What were the big challenges that to overcome?
The main challenge I found in this story was understanding, because it's a short film, but it's a lot of like issues. So I'm trying to capture it a lot as I was acting Bouncer, I'm trying to understand his actual feeling, not guessing it. So I'm actually understanding the reason why he was doing certain things or even say certain things. And I want the people that view it to understand how he felt deep down or what was going through his brain at that time, at every single moment. So I think that was the most hardest thing, because you're not yourself. It's easy to sit down and act or say something, but it's actually getting everyone to understand facial expressions, what you're going through at the time. So I found that was one of the hardest things.
So how do you then get to that? Because Bounce was talking about he had to go, he went through the things he went through in particular, you probably haven't been through. Maybe you may have had similar emotions, but how do you get to that space, like where he was at, like in terms of, did you have to sit down and have like a real conversation?
Do you know what's mad? I don't know if I've ever told him that. When we had the therapy session in the film, so we had the therapy session, and you know, I've been in a sort of similar situation to him. I've been in jail before, so I've been through. So when I was in the therapy session, I'm actually acting as him. You can sort of relate or understand what someone's going through, because it's like sometimes you can find bits of their story in yourself, in terms of what you've been through. So I related in a lot in that way. So
yeah, that's crazy, man. So did you go? Were you inside for a long time? Or was it a short time?
it was 2 years. 2 years.
So this is it. I think even just kind of what Bouncer was saying is like, if Bounce hasn't done what he's done to even create what he's created, it doesn't allow for people like yourself to even work with him. Like it's really like, what's the word? It's really helping like the hood, so to speak, because we don't really have too many opportunities. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's commendable. And then for you then, like, so I know going forward, you say like you're doing your own content. Is it a podcast or what you working on?
Yeah, I got a podcast, a YouTube slow slash podcast that's coming out called Spill the Juice. It's fun, it's exciting. I'm in the middle of filming them episodes, getting them done. So yeah, I've got that coming out, and I think the first one will be out in April. I'm not sure on the exact date, but it'll be early April.
And then also just like in a hometown, like, what do the man them think then? Like, obviously with.
It's good. It's positive. I feel like it's got a good reception, and it's great. It's something different, because I'm from Croydon, so I feel like actual Croydon, I have no super, like, we don't, I feel like Fulton Heath, or where Bouncers from, that area, you have people that have done amazing. I feel like Croydon is very quiet, so I feel like this is good. It's good for my borough, where I'm from. I want people to take in, there's a lot of messages in terms of sometimes everything's not how it seems, and a lot of people, I feel, when someone's doing good, is how can we stop that? And they'll get in someone's ears, and they will post things or hit these blog pages, and these blog pages they'll put up, and they're not understanding what goes on behind that. They're not looking at. It's amazing how someone could post something on the internet straight away, it blow up, and no one even knows what that person's going through or how it's affecting that person. So I want people to get that message out of it, and just get the message of life changing. And also there's another life changing, it can show you of someone in prison and they're going through something, and how their life has changed, and it can show you that it's still worth it. So anyone that's in jail watching this, it can show you how someone from prison came out and they also changed their life. And in terms of Lickle Man, he changed his life immensely, so it just shows you, and his life could be different. So there's a lot of messages in this one story.